Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. According to the information we have today from the Central Malian Theater of Operation, an FLA leader known as Abu al-Ansari has been neutralized by the Malian Air Force in a localized strike that was carried out on a terrorist enclave in the Diabaly region of the Sahel Theater of Operation. According to the information we have, the last time Al-Ansari was saying was 13:42 p.m. in Thessalit. According to the information we have, Al-Ansari is the right-hand man of JNIM leader Iyad Agali, a friend to Ahmadu Kufa, and the friend of the younger brother of Jafar Diko, known as Osmani Diko.
Si Allah jadi no pufuta min yura tabi e bada min jappanta do o gon e bada min jappanta mi dem bi yimbe be hakkoy mi dem bi wallahi ta on boy huneke Allah sa'ar mo si Allah jadi ni ko warde ta on boy fi si Allah jadi fu jomni tari mo na warde bismillah bi mata fu ko be nafata.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is no regular leader that have just been neutralized. This is a premium FLA commander that equally has good ties with the JNIM leadership. According to information, he has family ties with Abu Hassan al-Ansari, who happens to be his elder brother, who co-founded the Al-Qaeda group JNIM with Mokhtar Belmokhtar, founding fathers of JNIM, who founded the organization in 2017. According to information, his elder brother, Abu Hassan al-Ansari, was neutralized in 2018 by French forces in Tinzawantin, very close to the Algerian border. According to information, Osmani al-Ansari, who is a bloodline of this notorious element, have been neutralized. They said he equally participated in the Tinzawantin ambush of the Russian African Corps, where over 80 Russian personnel and about 47 Malian armed forces were neutralized in action. These are the scalps that Abu al-Ansari is well known for. He has another name in the underworld. They call him Abu Abdelhakim Al-Qaeda-linked. That is the other name he has in the underworld. And some people call him Sedan al-Guitar, but is popularly known as Osman al-Ansari. He has now been neutralized, ladies and gentlemen, in the Malian airstrike. Now, the good part of this mission is that it was neutralized in the central part of Mali, which is Segu, Diabaly. This means that if a key JNIM FLA leader can be neutralized in the Central Theater of Operation in Mali, who is supposed to possibly by every chance be found in Thessalit or in Tinzawantin, which is their major operating base. If he's now found in the central part of Mali, it only means one thing: that the main operational command base is no longer safe for the terrorists. It means that every precision targeted hit of the Malian armed forces could just neutralize a key JNIM FLA commander that we might not even know. As the Malian armed forces continue to pummel key leaders, key elements of this Islamic jihadist group in the Sahel might just be taken out in any of this air campaign. This is a testament that the Malian air sorties, together with the African Corps, has been extensively effective. So far, so good. He was not neutralized at the time of his demise alone. According to information, there were multiple fighters that were taken out with him. Now, we have to understand something here. The Malian armed forces hit another place in Kidal. Like we said earlier, that the type of strikes the Malians have been carrying out in the theater of operation in Kidal, it has been an extensive, destructive, decapitating assault. A lot of FLA leaders have been taken out, a lot of FLA foot soldiers have been taken out in Kidal, Like we have always said, the Kidal is now like an open prison for this terrorist element, but that is not the only reason. We equally said that recently when they started making threats that they were going to be attacking Agiok, we said that is a sign that Mali is doing something phenomenal and they wanted Mali to play defensive. But instead, the Malians showed them that you don't decide what happens next. According to the information we had in the latest airstrike on Kidal, which some of the receipts you can see on the screen here, the Malians equally flattened the building of Bilal Aga Sharif, who is currently the leader of the FLA. Ladies and gentlemen, we don't have a situational report on Bilal Ag al-Sharif situation. We don't know if he's alive. We don't know if he's fine. It's very, very unlikely that Bilal Ag al-Sharif, who is a very prominent and important figure in the FLA, would be in the building at the time. But according to the information we have, the building he occupies has been flattened in Kidal. Ladies and gentlemen, when you look at the level of devastation from that strike, it is enormous. According to further information, we were told that there was another fortified shelter that has several layers of reinforced concrete was equally destroyed by the Malian armed forces. Since the civilians left Kidal, the strikes have intensified and we are having destruction of the enemy on a whole nother level as casualty continue to pile up without a chance for the FLA to fight back. Ladies and gentlemen, going out of Kidal is under strict monitoring for reconnaissance operation. It is a question of how long will it take for the Malians to neutralize every terrorist element in Kidal. If you look at the videos that we've been seeing now of central Kidal, you don't even see any terrorists moving with their pickup trucks with guns or whatever. It shows you the level of mental distress the elements are in, because they know that any paparazzi show off might be the last of its kind. This is the level of mental distress and de-radicalization the Malians are putting the FLA terrorists through in Kidal. That is a different conversation entirely. Ladies and gentlemen, as soon as we have the report on Bilal Aga Sharif, we are going to update you if Bilal Aga Sharif is still here and if it's no more. So we can't confirm if it's neutralized already or if he's still alive, but his building was completely flattened. And if he is found anywhere and if he was in any way or form close to that building, I can guarantee you he will be no more, except if he's not there. So ladies and gentlemen, we have further information. The Malian armed forces in the Kuala locality of Kulikoro, they discovered a new JNI assault base. From this operational base, they carry out ambush on Malian civilian convoy. And according to information, the Malian armed forces spotted this base and they used their Sukhoi fighter jets to plug so many TNTs into the base. According to information, not even a single soul crawled out of this base. And on the second information that we have, which happened in the Segu region, in the Masina part of Segu, the Malian armed forces located two operating bases of the JNIM and they launched a decapitation assault. According to information, some of the JNIM terrorists escaped with various degrees of shrapnel wounds and several elements were neutralized on site. Now, this is a different shift in the escalation ladder in Mali. And when we talk about this level of air campaign and controlled escalation from the Malians, a lot of people think this is just some other stories like you hear on so many platforms. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to listen to the emphatic statement, because this is a statement from Army General Assimi Goita. Ladies and gentlemen, let's watch this video.
Assimi Goita made a point of commending the exceptional resilience of the Malian people in the face of adversity. He forcefully recalled the reasons behind the attacks the country is enduring.
First of all, I would like to thank Almighty Allah for giving us the opportunity to experience this solemn moment. The festival of El-Kibir, commonly known as Tabaski or the Festival of the Sheep, is a time for reunion, communion, prayers, blessings, and above all, sharing. We humbly implore the Almighty God to graciously hear and accept all our heartfelt prayers, prayers for enduring stability, for living together in harmony, and for a lasting and profound peace. I would also like to acknowledge the spirit of solidarity of the Malian people, and especially their exceptional resilience in the face of unprecedented adversity. Our country is a victim of our sovereign choice, which is to take our destiny into our own hands, and is also a victim because of our strategic resources. It is for these reasons that our country faces multiple forms of terrorism, notably supported by state sponsors. These include forms such as media terrorism, economic terrorism, political terrorism, international terrorism, and most significantly of all, the concept of state terrorism. All these persistent and aggressive onslaughts against our country through malicious social media accounts and deceptive narratives, sustained and fueled by the direct suffering of our people, simply must not be tolerated. And furthermore, the truth of the great empires that forged its dignity, its honor, its bravery, and above all, its fighting spirit through decades of struggle.
In the face of this complex context, the president of the transition reiterated his absolute confidence in the defense and security forces, joining forces with cooperation from Russian partners who are conducting rigorous offensive operations, and he issued a call for sacred unity around the armed forces to achieve the objectives of the National Refoundation, the Mali Kura.
We are solemnly calling upon the Malian people to stand in unwavering solidarity and unite firmly behind the armed and security forces, as well as our dedicated partners from the Russian Federation, who, after successfully neutralizing and thwarting the cunning plan of the terrorist armed groups on April 25, 2025, are currently carrying out continuous and highly intensive offensive military operations against these lawless groups who threaten our peace. These armed groups will be relentlessly pursued and tracked down, and they will be effectively neutralized and rendered harmless in every corner of the territory. Whether they are hiding deep in the forests, high in the mountains, or across the vast desert, they are being sought out and neutralized till the entire country is finally brought to a state of complete and lasting peace.
What do you think about what General Assimi Goïta has just said right there? Well, based on what I've heard from General Assimi Goïta, I think the line has been drawn. I think there will be no negotiation. You know, this is war, and in war, you know, friendly casualties, enemy casualties are going to be recorded. It's a guaranteed calculus. But what you have to look at is the will and the resolute determination of the friendly elements to prevail over the opposing elements that are being funded and supported by the West. When you look at the capabilities of the JNIM and the FLA, and you look at some of the fighters that came in from Libya and from Chad, from Sudan, you will see that this is a multinational coalition supporting the destabilization of the Sahel based on one thing: the resources of the Sahel. It's all about the resources. It's all about, Assimi Goïta said it all. Do you get what I mean? And ladies and gentlemen, the Moroccans has one or two to say about the situation in Mali. Ladies and gentlemen, let's listen to this Moroccan correspondent.
And who also see their interests in the region and in the world threatened from there. Because this collusion, this coordination that took place for the recent attacks in Mali cannot come from a small rebel group or a small group of jihadists, etc. There was an unbelievable synchronization of attacks literally across the entire Malian territory. And for that, you need systems if only for communication. And then these people move around. What do they move around on? And using what? Vehicles they don't manufacture themselves.
Weapons as well. They have...
Sorry?
They're armed.
Yes, exactly. They have weapons they don't manufacture. They have ammunition they don't manufacture. Even if the weapons could be a 40-year-old Kalashnikov, it doesn't matter. But the fact of having ammunition. That means it's a living movement. So it means that every day ammunition is arriving. Who produces all this? Where are these people hiding? Because we know they don't have a fixed headquarters, etc. Because, well, they're very, very mobile. But where do they take refuge when, after committing their misdeeds? Generally, they go to Algerian territory. The proof is the story that arose about the issue of the Malian drone that was shot down. It was a drone that was pursuing a group of jihadists and hadn't even entered Algerian territory when the Algerian army shot it down.
Now, you can see that against all odds, the Malian is prevailing. Let me tell you something. History is being rewritten before our very eyes. When the Europeans came to Africa to colonize Africa, a lot of people succumbed without a fight. Some people fought their way into the interest of the colonialists without the colonialist even waving a sword or even shooting a cannon, right? This time around, we have a country in West Africa called Mali fighting its way to independence. There's a situation where the children of those who once fought, they are standing and they are repelling the imperialists once more. And now I think Africa has a better chance, because back then, how many international allies does Africa have? But now there's Russia, there's China, there's a lot of allies all over the place. There's North Korea. There are this axis of resistance against imperialism and neocolonialism. So ladies and gentlemen, this is a phenomenal fight and a serious resistance from the Malians, one unlike we've never ever seen before. Ladies and gentlemen, some people have accepted their fate. They want to continue being slaves as long as they have the breathing space. But history is being rewritten in Mali. Either you like it or not, that is the reality on the ground. And ladies and gentlemen, you see, this is the protest in Burkina Faso, where the vice president of the Islamic Salafist Sunni movement was arrested. They call him Dr. Kindo.
Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar wa lillahi alhamd. Allahu Akbar. Hasbunallah wa ni'mal wakeel.
Multiple radical elements within Burkina Faso have threatened, they have done a lot of things. Nobody cares. A lot of these elements have been arrested. Now I gotta tell you this, ladies and gentlemen, are you aware that it was from the Salafist movement that the JNIM came out? The JNIM terrorist sect was a creation of the Salafist movement. Ouagadougou has been death hotel for the longest. These people have to be curbed, they have to be taken into custody. People like this should not be encouraged in any society. These are barbarians. Look at what they are doing. They are speaking language that they don't even understand. So ladies and gentlemen, this is where we drop the pen for today. It's your boy 7200 signing out. Enough said. If I go, I'm fine, I'm good. I want to appreciate by design. Buguri kanyena